Oh, my name is Didi Victor. I reside at Dunga and I work for Decta Kenya, Dunga Environmental and Ecotourism CBO. So this is our office, and we are blessed to have this amazing office assistant, and also with us are our attaches we normally host as part of the school outreach program. So this is our office. We have a lot that happens behind this office. We have a museum that will show you. We have a watchtower for monitoring the wetland, and we have somewhere nice to relax. This is Decta office. Decta is doing ecotourism and environmental group. Just from the name, we deal with ecotourism, both local tourists and international tourists. Again, we do environmental conservation, and our focus is on many things. First is Lake Victoria. We have the wetland, and again, partly we do tree planting, and we normally have cleanups, both the lakefront and the land. So we have different departments. We have bird watching. We have environmental department. We have school outreaches, resource mobilization. Those are the key departments at DECTA. So in environmental department, which I head actually, what we normally do, we have cleanups, and we do them once a month, every first Monday of the month. We do them at the beachfront and at the beach, at the land in the beach. So again, we have tree planting in the homesteads. We started that, but because we don't have enough resources or capital to buy the fences, we stopped because goats were eating up all that we planted. Again, we normally have school outreaches on environmental program. We teach the young children on how to become pioneers or enthusiasts in an environment. Yeah, so in bird watching, we normally monitor. We monitor the species of bird because we can tell. We can tell that there's a new species that has come to the wetland, or there's a species that no longer resides at the wetland. So normally we have monitoring, and we have transits. We have a river. We have actually two rivers that are passing just in the wetland. We have River Namasaria, and another one is a tributary, not a tributary, a delta of another river passing at, we call it, which beach? There's a beach behind the wetland. So normally the transect, we follow them once a year, and we take note of the species of bird that we meet along the transect, and we note them down. After that, we discuss it with the group, then we share it with the Nature Kenya. One of our interests is Lake Victoria. Actually, you know that wetland is where the fishes breed. So we've been trying to advocate for the conservation of wetland. In that, the encroachment that was happening at Dunga Beach, at least we've tried, and we've always liaised with the authority, Kenya Wildlife Services. We have the chief of the area. In case there's somebody who has started a fire with an aim to reclaim the wetland for settlement, we normally notify the authority. And for the past 10 years, we've not experienced much of hardships in doing this, because now we feel that the community around, they know, and most of them, they can't risk to go and start a fire in the wetland. But again, we have a problem in the upstream, which is worrying now. So Lake Victoria, this being one of the places that sieves the water that enters the lake, we always advocate for the protection of the wetland. So the wetland acts as the storm surge. Normally, when we have a lot of rains in the upstream, we experience storms, and at least it suppresses this, the floods that they enter the lake with a lot of ease. Again, the wetland, it sucks the nutrients from the rivers upstream. We have a lot of companies from the upstream which channel their waste. Most of them are untreated to the rivers. The rivers passes directly through the wetland. So the reeds, which is one of the vegetation found in the wetland, they sieve the nutrients, be it for phosphate, nitrates, name them. So again, at the wetland, what it does, it is an ecosystem on its own, and it supports itself. We have a lot of species, both reptiles, name them snakes, and I'm very sure that there's crocodile inside there, and birds, which lives on this wetland. If by any chance the wetland was not there or it was cut down, I'm very sure that people would have been living with snakes in their houses. But because it is here, it protects us because it gives them their home, that habitat. This is the way to the conference hall. And normally we have monkeys around. They come and feed here. We have a place where we give them food before you enter the reception. So just to mention, these are the reeds. We have different vegetation in the wetland. The tall ones you're seeing, these are the reeds. You can see they are brown ones and some are green. When it turns brown, that definitely tells you that it has take up some of the nutrients. And if you go to the upstream, then you'll realize that most of the reeds in that area, they are always either yellow or brown in color. So maybe these ones have died maybe because of old age or something like that. Then again we have the hippogras. The hippogras, this is the food to the hippos. So hippos also reside in the wetland. The plants in the wetlands are stratified in a way that the first vegetation to the wetland will always be from the lake. Will always be the water hyacinth. Then we have the hippogras. Then we have the reeds now. So they're stratified in that way. Yeah. So this is the conference hall. It is part of the boardwalk. So you can see what is inside. Because we deal in ecotourism, we call this one a resource center. We have some artifacts which are made from the reeds. As you can see, the stand, this is made from the reeds. There's a way you can peel the reeds, then you have this final product. So at this place, these are artifacts from our ancestors. These are gulu or cooking pot. This is common. I think it cut across every tribe. The name changes because in native language it is a gulu. But we have a lot. And maybe this talking wall. Normally, as part of environmental conservation, we have this talking wall. The physical environment is key. And we advocate for, just down here we have AIDS and the threats of AIDS to the population around. Again, we have some information on the history of Dunga. You have to know exactly where you are. If you come to Dunga Beach, you visit this place, we have it written. Again, we have the information on lakes in Kenya, actually, both the salty lakes and then the freshwater lakes, with the rivers that channel their water into the lake and also the outlets. Again, for water quality purposes, we have the data here. So it is easy for students to learn from this speaking wall. Again, we keep the track of these museums sites in Kenya, and as you can see, we connect with them because we are in that business. So here, this rope, this is a special one. This is made from the water hyacinth. So the group resorted in collecting water hyacinth some times back and making some things like this. But normally we encourage other groups who deal with it directly to make them and sell to us for exhibition, because there's some people, tourists, who normally buys them from us. So this one, the native language is tall, but it is an hyacinth rope. Where we are right now, the boardwalk is a project. It was funded by the French Embassy in Nairobi. It was built in 2016. So the reason or the purpose for building this boardwalk, it was to promote ecotourism within the wetland and the fishing village by ensuring construction of the papyrus boardwalk. Again, it was to enhance environmental knowledge, because as you can see, we have a talking wall and people can learn easily without even a guide. So it enhances environmental knowledge so that people know. And Africa, ignorance is one of the diseases that is eating us. But As long as they have the information, they know exactly what to do. So at this table, we have sampled rocks. Some were not taken around Lake Victoria, but most of them were taken in Western Kenya, all of these rock. Again, we used to keep the seeds of moringa tree, bearing in mind the health benefits of moringa. So we had some clients who will come and pick and go plant in their homestead, which we encourage. Actually, we normally tell them to pick the seeds; they are for free from this place. Yeah. So as part of conservation, whenever there's a forest fire in the wetland, normally I guess it comes from the pelvic girdle to the knee. So these are some of the resources that we have in the ecotourism. So, okay, the birds of Kenya. As I said earlier, we always assess the species that lives in the wetland, and some of the major birds of Kenya, we have them here. So this is a list of only some, but we have a lot of birds. In fact, at Dunga Beach too. Yeah. So. Let me talk about this group. The banner is inside here because this is Friends of Dunga Swamp Site Support Group. This is the mother group to DECTA. DECTA was once an affiliate group of this CBO. So it came up from the Friends of Dunga Swamp. So Friends of Dunga Swamp, we partner, and all our activities, actually we do them hand in hand. Friends of Dunga Swamp, we have some partners. The Kisumu County government is one of the partners. We have Kenya Wildlife Service, National Museum, we have Nature Kenya. Then NEMA, KFS was one of the partners. Then we have some groups that are with us locally here, like Nyanda Ecotourism. We have Dunga Beach Management Unit, who are doing also a great job in conservation. Lake Victoria, they are also doing a great job. Then we have Twinswell, which is also part of us. So these are the mother group, and there are three groups that were affiliates group to this one. We have Sunset Brothers, we have Hippo Focus, and Dunga. We are just trying to tell people the benefit of our Great Lake, because what I'm holding right now, these are an iPad skin after filleting. We want people to know that what the lake produces is not only for consumption, but they act as raw materials to other products. This is a fish skin. It is very hard. You can even think that these are a leather from maybe the skin of a cow or something harder, but these are fish. So normally they're being processed, and the end product is this. So you can use this to make souvenirs like what I have. It seems the same. Also, you can make rubber shoes from them. So again, the wetland, as I said, it is a home for snakes. We have this is from a snake. Yeah, so we have a lot of snakes around here. And